Hi, and welcome to the explanation. It's the first chapter in the book, and basically the explanation sets the tone for the book because it begins to describe my thought processes and how my thoughts may intentionally and unintentionally conflict with my desired goals, which I was not aware of for most of my life. But once I became aware of them, I was able to see my thoughts go from one side of the tennis court to the next and back and forth until I can make the most rational decision for my life. So without any further ado, here's the letter. January 15th, 2008. My dearest son, I hope this letter finds you well and in good spirits. This evening I'm tired but okay. Last night after I showered and got into bed, a few thoughts came to mind that I want to share with you. I was also thinking about how I should start sharing this information with you in general. It was close to midnight and I didn't want to get out of the bed and start journaling. I wish I had a tape recorder. On nights like this I can lie in bed and capture my thoughts on tape before they fade from my consciousness as I doze off to sleep. I learned a long time ago that there's no guarantee I'm going to remember anything I thought I would from the night before, if I don't write it down and otherwise capture it. That's when the mental tennis match began regarding what to do next. One side of my brain came up with the idea to turn on my computer and find a telephone number to an all-night drugstore near me. Then I would call them to see if they carried a handheld tape recorder. If they had them in stock, I could go out and buy one. The other side of my brain reasoned that it was cold and raining outside, and it was late. I could do it tomorrow. So back and forth went my thoughts. I lie there listening to the mental tennis match until I got up and turned the computer on to search the internet because I knew there would be no sleep for me anytime soon. I found the telephone number to an all-night drugstore near me and called. They did stock voice-activated tape recorders. As soon as I hung up with them, the tennis match took over once again. Now the debate in my brain took off in a different direction. For a while now, I've been studying different materials which focus on the law of attraction. The premise of the law of attraction is that we attract into our lives whatever we think about the most. The reason it doesn't always work to its full potential in my life is because of the internal conversations, conscious and unconscious, that take place within me when I set goals. The tennis match I've just described is a perfect example. The conversations are conscious when I see myself rationalizing something one way and then the other. The conversations are unconscious when I'm running on dynamics I have accepted as true in my life without questioning them, like generational welfare or prejudice, and they conflict with my intended goals. It would be nice to be able to change something in my life that I'm uncomfortable with permanently by simply reading a book or on positive thinking or going to a workshop. But I have to find and work on resolving the internal conflicts first to reap lasting benefits. If those conversations are conflicts which set up oppositions and weaken, negate, or neutralize my best efforts to achieve my goals. I considered this while deciding, should I go out and buy the tape recorder? Part of my thinking, which has been in control of my decision making for most of my life, set forth a very rational set of criteria regarding why I shouldn't go out. I had to get up in the morning early for work. It was raining. It's crazy to go out this time of night. By now it was 1 o'clock in the morning. On and on the reasons flowed. I decided to go out anyway. What finally made me get up, get dressed, and go out in the rain wasn't the argument that sided with the law of attraction, or even positive thinking. Pure logic and intellect cannot in itself overturn years of conditioning. It was my love for you and my commitment to share with you the dynamics that have driven and shaped my whole life that made the difference. If I went to sleep without capturing my thoughts, I may forget something I really needed to share with you. Looking back to last night, I could have just written down what I was thinking and saved myself a lot of time and mental energy. I don't even want to describe with you how, once I got the tape recorder, I lay in bed taping and erasing over and over because I couldn't put what I was thinking into words. Whatever I came up with just didn't feel good enough. In the end, I came up with the idea of capturing my main thoughts on tape. Then as I wrote my letter, I could let the thoughts take shape naturally on paper. Sleep came easily then. 2.5 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to explain how the above scenario was a perfect example of what goes on inside my head at times. I definitely would not have been able to capture why it happens. I didn't have an idea about the conflict that was going on within me, although I felt it. I didn't understand how this discomfort was causing me pain at the deepest part of my being. I never understood how all my best efforts, dreams, and goals could never flourish because of some deeply rooted inner beliefs. It's those ideas that would subconsciously overwhelm, undermine, and sabotage my best efforts to have a life, to live life differently than what I have come to accept as true about myself. I didn't have a clue until 2.5 years ago. The truth came to me in a few simple words. Your life didn't turn out to be nothing. And those words literally changed my life. Almost 10 years ago, after 8.5 years of success, I started down a road of self-sabotage. During the 8.5 years from 1990 to 1998, I obtained my college degree, performed on stage, had a couple of businesses, and over $100,000 in the bank, and an excellent line of credit. On the outside, my life seemed to be on the right track. My future seemed bright. Some people even saw me as successful. And why not? 8.5 years earlier, I was homeless, jobless, and penniless. I felt hopeless before accepting that my life had to change. Anyway, in 1998, I started down this road of self-destruction, and I couldn't figure out why and why I couldn't stop. So in less than 2 years and over $200,000 spent, I once again felt the pain of being homeless, jobless, penniless, and hopeless. And over the next 5 years, as much as I tried to reconcile the differences in my thinking, I couldn't. The tennis match between healthy, sane thinking and unhealthy, insane thinking always went on inside my head, and no matter what, sanity would always lose. By 2005, I was desperate. My track record showed me that even my best thinking, I always ended up losing. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't figure out a way out of this vicious cycle. It's getting late now, and I have to get some rest. So I'll pick up where I left off tomorrow. Thank you.